it's Allie here with Creator's Spicy Tea, and we have Ducky today. I know I mention her often in the podcast and stuff, so she decided to make a guest appearance. But I was hoping today that I could share something that's really, really important to me, and something I'm actually really stupid proud of. Okay, come on, let me work. No, okay, we're staying here. Y'all, I've been working on this project for 2 years now. It has been months and months of late night research and years of making brutal mistakes. I have made the mistakes and I learned the lessons from them. And if you don't mind, I would really like to just share a little bit with you about the project that I completed finally. Long story short, I just wrote an ebook, and that ebook breaks down all of the most important information that someone needs to know when they go into direct selling, specifically direct selling adult content on Reddit. That's my specialty. It's my full-time career, and it's what I now have a S-corp for doing. And I just wanted to come on, you're such a distraction. And I want to share this ebook with you guys. I want to share all these resources, all this knowledge. Honestly, just so that you can be equipped with everything you need to know so that you can start your journey safely and to try and help keep you a little bit more sane, which she is not. She's having a mom day. I genuinely have the goal to try and help you flourish with this. Okay. Go, Pita. All right. Nope, she's not giving up. All right, this is going to be a challenge. Y'all, with her. Anyway, y'all know there's countless guidebooks on running a successful OnlyFans or Fansly page or what have you. Where are the comprehensive everything resources for direct selling? I couldn't find them. When I started exploring the world of direct selling for my adult content on Reddit, that was my biggest frustration. It was the complete lack of a full, clear, comprehensive guide, right? I looked and I found so much out there, but it wasn't all put together. There was no step-by-step blueprint. There was no, here's how you do X, Y, and Z, and here's how you do it to stay safe and successful. There was no manual like that. And especially not one that was tailored to Reddit. There wasn't one that broke things down step by step with experience and research behind it. So, I did what anyone would do and has to do when they are faced with a huge, I have dog hair all over me now. I love her to death, but good Lord. I did what anyone would do at that point when faced with this huge gap in knowledge and, not gonna lie, far too much downtime. I dove in. Yeah, I scoured every corner of the internet. I spent countless late nights Googling, combing through subreddits, doing everything I could to just piece together information. But it wasn't easy. And there was still, even after all of that, there was still information that wasn't made clear that I really freaking needed. The advice I found was scattered across the web. And more often than not, one piece of advice would contradict the next. From what I had available to me when I started, so much of it was not backed with research, especially when it came down to the legalities and logistics of direct selling. I am the type of person, and I got this from my dad, that has always believed if you see a hole, fill a hole. Or less weirdly and less backwoods country style, if you see a gap in your community, fill it. And that's what I'm trying to do with this ebook. The ultimate guide to direct selling adult content on Reddit is the result of years of trial and error. Hard learned lessons. Hard learned, y'all. as well as countless long nights researching, deep diving, and months and months and months of organizing all of that into one 150 plus page resource that's actionable and easy to follow and clear and, again, research backed. So a little about my journey into direct selling, if that's okay. I stumbled into it after starting my OnlyFans career. Right about the same time I began realizing that platform was not for me. No. The slow uploads, the restrictive rules. Y'all know I always complain about this one. We can't say nice to meet you. Are you kidding me? Like, I get it, but come on. And not to mention those crazy hefty fees. You take 20% of my income without providing customer support or protection or security? No. That left me so frustrated, y'all. That's kind of when I found direct sales, and that frustration with platforms, that's what led me to decide to move on and start building something for myself, where I was the own boss, the own judge, jury, and executioner there. So when I first found direct selling on Reddit, I had no clue what I was doing. No clue. I didn't even know it existed. Okay? I didn't know where to begin, how to proceed, or even if going down this path was going to be profitable or even something worth pursuing. I'm going to be upfront, y'all. I did not even know I needed to be age verifying. I didn't know because I didn't know where to look for that information. On top of that, there's so many contradictory opinions on that. Today, direct selling on Reddit is my full-time career. Through that journey, I've kind of learned what can work, and I have definitely learned what does not work. And I've kind of picked up on how to navigate the wild, wild world of Reddit and direct sales. My overall goal with this book is to help you skip the hard-learned lessons by equipping you with the knowledge and tools that you really need to succeed from the get-go safely. Okay, so this guide is not just another resource. It's not just another Creator Spicy Tea resource. This is a big girthy girl. It is the resource for creators who want to take control of their business, get into the crazy world of direct sales, maximize your income, and minimize your risk. Whether you're brand new to Reddit, you're brand new to direct selling, or at this point you're just looking to get a little bit more perspective, level up your existing business, this guide is packed with actionable strategies that you can implement at any stage you are in of your journey. I'm just going to go through basically what's all in there so you kind of have an idea. So in this guide, we cover the following topics that are experience-based and research-based. So the first one, the golden rules. So these are definitely more experience-based, but they are the rules that I've based my business practices on, and I will not deviate from. I base them on all the experience I've had over the years, whether with clients or even just purely the logistics of owning your own business and operation. And then, of course, we have a full chapter that breaks down what in the world are direct sales, right? I didn't even know that was a thing that existed when I started. So in this chapter is a link and a QR code to a remastered podcast episode, along with the transcript. But that's not all, because that episode was recorded in 2023. And as we know, the industry doesn't slow down and it does not stay still. So I did update within that transcript with notes reflecting 2024 perspectives. So it is up to date on what direct selling is currently. And then, as I said earlier, I did not know we had to age verify. So you know we added a chapter of that. We go over age verification in depth and how it's non-optional in direct sales. We dive into why it's a mandatory step to protect yourself, the potential consequences of not, the many ways you can, and we go over why it's so important to protect yourself, the legitimacy of your business, and your clients. The other thing that's pretty mandatory, just because you're not on platform, does not mean the tax man does not want his cuts. So we go through a full chapter on spicy taxes. I want you to learn from my hard-learned mistakes. I made a big tax mistake my first year. It was expensive. And I want you to avoid having that huge expense. In that chapter, we go over some tips, and I provide links and quotes and resources when it comes to filing your taxes. Now, quick note, I'm US based, so that information there is US based. Then we discuss pricing. How in the heck do you price your own spicy content? Pricing your content, I get it. It can seem crazy intimidating. It was for me personally at the beginning, before I did the research on how do you, as a business owner, price your goods and services. This chapter breaks down step by step how to go about that. It's coming from research base. It also covers the average market ranges of, I would say, the most common sold goods and services for an adult content creator direct selling on Reddit. Then we go into a journey into physical content. So this chapter is actually kind of a diary entry of mine when I started direct selling. And it includes real life examples of what we covered in the previous chapter, which is pricing your business. It covers how I broke down pricing my business step by step for physical sales. And it also has my update, my 1 year later update on selling physical content. Then, I just spoke a lot about pricing, but hey, how the hell are we getting paid? Because there's no platform. There's no built-in payment platform when you're direct selling. You have to find other options. So there are safe ones. There are touch and go ones. And there are ones to never use. This chapter is going to go over the most commonly used options in all three of those categories and give you some perspective so you can have a better understanding before you choose. Then I'm going to tell you about me getting scammed 3 times for using Amazon wishlist. Don't use it. It's not a safe payment or gifting method, and there's really serious reasons why. But in this resource, we break down other alternatives that are safer and are less likely for you to get scammed. And then, this is all being hosted on Reddit. This is where we are doing our direct sales. So we go through a big rundown on promoting and selling on Reddit, because Reddit is a daunting landscape. This chapter is geared to help you get a handle on your promotion strategies. And there is also a link and a QR code for a podcast episode there. Then again, we're still in the Reddit era, right? Most individual subreddits, especially the good selling ones, are going to require you to verify. And in this chapter, it's going to explain to you that verification process, or a generalized verification process, step by step by step. The thing on Reddit right now, Reddit seems to be handing out shadow bans like crazy. It's like candy on Halloween, they are handing it out. And you'll never get a notification if you're shadow banned. Or most of the time you don't. There are only so many ways for us to actually find out for sure and appeal. And there are so many practices we can do to prevent that from happening to us and protect our accounts. That chapter is going to cover all of that in depth. And then, while you're on Reddit, you're probably going to notice there's some weird words in there. There are some weird terminologies people are using. That's because Reddit kind of has its own language. It's developed its own language in itself, and the next chapter is going to go through some of the most common terminologies that you're going to come across. Speaking of languages, standing out in text posts can be really difficult, especially in your comment menus, but we can use Reddit's Markdown, or I should say Reddit's own language of Markdown, and we can use that to add personality, and we can use it to help us stand out. And the next chapter goes in depth on that. The next chapter is packed with tools from across the web that adult content creators can use to maximize their performance, maximize their earnings, and try and make the landscape of Reddit a hell of a lot less bumpy. And then on Reddit, as you know, there is a post section of your profile and a comment section of your profile. Something not everyone knows is that every single person can get access to that comment section of your profile and see every single comment you've ever made ever. This section explains why paying attention to your comment history is so crucially important. And we've heard from buyers over and over again that they are looking at that before deciding to go with someone. Speaking of comments, a lot of selling subreddits require you to have a comment menu, right? So we all know we have our menus, but in selling subreddits, you need to format them into text. And so in the next chapter, I break down how I format mine to stand out and stick my personality in there. The next chapter is all about promotional subreddits. There is a list, and it's a big list, y'all, of 100 plus subreddits to promote your content and your brand, and they are both safe for work or under PG-13 or not safe for work, so PG-13 to up. In that resource are also links to more lists of subreddits. Speaking of lists of subreddits, y'all, community is so important in direct sales. It's the only reason I have a lick of sanity left. And this section links to a custom feed of creator help and creator community focused subreddits, so you can find your community too. And then we have gone over the what, the how, and the why, but what about where? Next chapter, 70 plus direct selling subreddits. This section lists so many of them, including the absolute most prolific and important ones that we really want to get into. The next chapter, let's talk about fetish want ads, or r/fetish want ads. So that subreddit is the most populated buyer request subreddit, which means buyers post there with requests, and we answer those requests saying, hey, I want that, pick me, I can do that, and hopefully catch that sale. So the chapter breaks down all of their confusing rules and clarifies it and simplifies it. And then while we are in subreddits like that, where buyers are requesting content, we need to stand out, right? And that takes more than just saying, hey, I'm available, right? You gotta get some personality in there. You gotta stand out. So the next chapter goes in depth on how to write snagging, engaging, absolute shining buyer request responses. And then, not only are your responses important, but your captions to your selling ads are just as important. Y'all, that is the first interaction you are going to have with a potential buyer, even though you are not technically interacting. And we have heard time and time again, buyers say that creative, funny, witty, or some kind of caption like that are way more likely to attract them. And so in the next chapter, we go ways over to inject personality and your branding into your captions. That was a long list. Y'all, my entire goal with this ebook was to help just one person avoid the trials, tribulations that I faced. And if this book helps one person from a dangerous or a tricky situation, or helps a creator grow their business, I'll be thrilled. That'll be 2 years well spent. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going to put the link to the book in the description box below. She's on Etsy. Thank you for sitting with me and letting me chat about this. I'm really proud of it, and I really hope it'll help someone. Anyone. All right, y'all. As always, I hope you stay safe. I hope you stay sane. And God, I hope you flourish. And also, sorry about the chaotic opening. I can't tell her no. She's the queen of the universe. Thanks, y'all.